And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Night Winestream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. I'm Rick, and tonight we're going to open a Cabernet Sauvignon from France. And it's been a little while since we've opened a cab, just a little while. We've opened a number of other different wines, but we're going to do that tonight, the Cabernet Sauvignon. So I'm excited to bring that to you. This should be an interesting one. I really don't know that much about it, to be honest. I did try to find some research on it, but it's another one of those wines where, I saw a few things on it, not a whole lot. So I thought, you know what, I need to try this myself and see if it's any good or not. I don't know. We'll see. Also, we're going to try a beer from a local brewery, a craft brewery in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. And I think this should be interesting. It's kind of a German-based beer. So we're going to try that out and see how it tastes. Also, well, let's see. We're going to pair the wine with some food, see how it tastes with that. I have a few foods here prepared by my lovely wife, Chi. And we're going to toast some national days. And I'm going to give a little bit of a memorial, kind of a memorial toast to a good friend of mine who passed away a few years ago. So I hope you'll join me for all that, and a little bit of a Super 8 film. You may or may not have seen it. If you've been watching it for a long time, you may have seen it. But if you're not, you're in for an interesting treat. A short animated film made by myself years ago on Super 8. All right, well, if you're joining me for the first time or the 218th time, because this is the 218th episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine Stream. This is a stream of consciousness kind of show, and I do have my show notes that I use as a guide. They're right here. You just use them as a general guide, but we don't go by them. We're not that as my wife would say, bookish on it. We don't go verbatim on everything. Sometimes we go way off the beaten path because the show is not about me. I'm here to entertain you, and I have some items to entertain you with, but the show's not about me. The show is somewhat about the wine and the beer tonight, but the show is really about you and me getting together on a Saturday night, just kicking back with our favorite drinks, our favorite foods, whatever they are, just relaxing on a Saturday night towards the end of the summer. The summer's almost over, and hey, it's been a very interesting summer. Let's kick back a little bit. Let's just kick back a little bit and relax and just forget about the worries of the day. Now, that's one of the things we don't do in the chats. You can jump in the chats and you direct the show. So jump in the chats and tell me how you're doing, or tell me what you're drinking, or would you like to see me drinking. Let's talk about stuff, but we don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion on the show. We talk about things that bring people together. As the wine does, and the beer in this case. We talk about things. We tell some dad jokes. We talk about trivia, things like that. Good fun stuff to talk about, That's what this show is about. Now, of course, if you want to get into the chats tonight live, you can watch live on our Facebook page at drinkwithrick.com. It's drinkwithrick.com. That's the website. The Facebook page is facebook.com/drinkwithrick. I haven't had any yet. Already messing things up here. Okay, YouTube channel. You can watch on YouTube and chat with me live there. YouTube.com. That's at drinkwithrick, of course. twitch.tv/drinkwithrick and the number 1. Drinkwithrick and 1. Don't spell it out. Just put in the number 1 after Drink with Rick. And you'll get there the live chat, and on Odyssey. Odyssey is at drinkwithrick. That's odyssey.com at drinkwithrick, and the number 7. I'm not sure what the colon is for. I know what my colon is for. I think they're for different things entirely. Now, but it's there. So you'll need to do that. Also, we're on the website. We're live on the website at drinkwithrick.com, so you can watch live. Now, I don't have, if you go here, let me show you what this is all about. I'm going to refresh this page, as a matter of fact. If you go, see, here's tonight's episode, French Cabernet and Blowing Rock Kolsch Ale. Now, if you go to the website, drinkwithrick.com, click on tonight's show, and you'll get, I didn't click on tonight's show, did I? Let's go do that now. Okay, click on tonight's show, scroll down, and you will get a comment box, and you can put your comments in there. I will respond in kind. It won't be right away, but that's the closest thing we have to a chat going on the website right now. So just to let you know. Also, if you can't watch live now or watch live later, you can always listen on the podcast. Yes, the podcast, the Drink with Rick podcast, goes out Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Blueberry.com, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Amazon Music, podcastindex.org, and by email. And if you go to the website, go to the subscribe page at drinkwithrick.com, click on that little blue button that says by email, and drop your email address in the box, and you will get the latest episode of Drink with Rick as soon as it drops, and no salesman will call. Now, also, if you want to, you can feel free to support me in any way that you want. I would really appreciate the support. It costs a lot to do this, and I don't really have any sponsorships. I sponsor the show myself. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream. But you can, if you want to, you can buy me a coffee or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. I'm not going to beg for this. If you want to, if you find some value in it, sure, absolutely, please buy me coffee. It's much appreciated. The proceeds go towards buying the prizes that we give away on the show and various other things that we do that are for fun on the show. It doesn't really go into my pocket at all because, my pockets, I can't, I pay for all this myself. So trust me, it's a drop in the pocket, a drop in the bucket, whatever. But no, it actually goes towards the prizes and things like that. So it's much appreciated. Also, you can like and subscribe and follow me on the Facebook page, YouTube channel, Twitch, and all those places. You can follow me on Twitter too, at Drink with Rick. And it's much, much appreciated. There's no obligation to do that. But if you like the show, please feel free to do one or more of those things, or do them all. It's fine. It's even more appreciated. But it's all good. I know a lot of folks watch the show and they're not in a position where they can do that, but it's fine. It's all good as long as you're watching and drinking and snacking with me on a Saturday night, just hanging out and having a good time. All right, so I'm going to show you the wine that we're going to open tonight. Before I do that, let me check the chats just to make sure. It looks like that all the chats are live. We're live everywhere where we can be live right now. So we're all good. So join in the chats and say hi. Okay, and we have folks watching, so please drop in. Tell me how you're doing. I want to know. Okay, this is the wine we're drinking tonight. This is called Josephine. Josephine, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a 2021 vintage, and this is a wine from France. It is a French wine. Let me show you real quick. Let me pull up camera 3 and show you what we have to pair it with. My lovely wife, she prepared a little nice dish here. She has looks like she has some ziti with a meatball on top that's kind of, I'm not sure exactly what that denotes, but she'll probably jump in the chats and tell me. We have a couple of cheeses, and we have this nice little presentation that she pulled from some of her mint and other herbs from her garden. And this is a little dog, and it has to do with one of the national days that we're going to toast tonight. So that's what's going on there. And to my lovely wife, I really, really appreciate it. It looks really nice, as always. It's much appreciated. Okay, let me show you the wine, because the wine has been chilling. Let me pull this up. It's been chilling in the official Drink with Rick ice bucket. So it's been in here because it needs to be chilled, apparently, from what I read. See, I did a little homework before the show, a little bit, and that's what we got. It's wet. It's this ice. This ice. excuse me. I just knocked into the official Drink with Rick coffee maker down there, which is on the floor right now. Not a lot of room for it up here tonight, and we don't need it tonight. We might be reviewing some coffee in the next couple of weeks. All right, so this is the wine, the bottle of wine. So let me go back to the front page, the front of the wine. Josephine Cabernet Sauvignon 2021 Pays d'Oc. It's a product of France. Here's the back, and I'm going to read the back of this label for you. It says Josephine Cabernet Sauvignon Pays d'Oc. This Cabernet Sauvignon comes from the south of France. Complex and velvety, it offers intense red fruit aromas with a touch of spice. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Serve at 60 to 63 degrees Fahrenheit with gratin, stews, grilled meats, or lamb leg. I don't have any of those things, but we're going to try it with what we have. It's imported by Latitude Wines Inc. in Danville, California, and it is it's a product of France, and it is 13.5% ABV in this 750 milliliter bottle of wine. That's what the wine's about. Now, I've got to put this, before I open this wine, I'm going to put it on one of my official Drink with Rick coasters because it's cold and it's dripping all over the desk, and I don't want the desk getting all messed up. Any more messed up than it is. I'm going to put it on one of my official Drink with Rick coasters. There we go. That should help. All right, let's get this wine open. Let me check the chats one more time real quick, see what's going on there. Oh, and my lovely wife Chi is in the chat on YouTube. How you doing, Chi? It's good to see you there. And also Paul. Paul says, hello from Las Vegas. Well, hi right back at you, Paul. It's great to see you here. Paul, it's good to see you tonight. And how are things in Vegas these days? We have folks watching from all around. We get folks watching from all around the world, actually. And we've talked to people from various countries. It's really cool. I always enjoy it. But Paul, tell me what you're drinking tonight, or tell me what you'd like to see me drinking. If I can afford a bottle of it, I'll see if I can find it and see if I can drink it too. Now, the thing is about trying to find some of the suggestions, because we've had a lot of people in the past make suggestions or tell me what they're drinking and say, hey, can you review this? And some of them I can find, but they're not always available in my area. Like, all of them are not available in every single area, so it just kind of depends. And here in North Carolina, they're very strict on the distributors for wines and alcoholic beverages, so sometimes some things I can't get. As a matter of fact, sometimes I have to go to the border in South Carolina to find something that they don't sell here in North Carolina. So that's the tricky thing about that. And Paul says, missed you at Podcast Movement in Denver. Well, Paul, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't be there. The thing is that, oh, wow. See, this is how you direct the show. I'd like to talk about Podcast Movement, but I maybe I can do it while I'm opening this wine. I've been wanting to go attend Podcast Movement for a long, long time. And as a matter of fact, for a while I was a moderator of the Podcast Movement the Facebook group. And been wanting to do that, and I've actually met up with one of the organizers there, one of the founders of Podcast Movement, when they came from Meet and Greet here in Charlotte some years back. And I suggested at the time, well, can you try to get something that's a little bit closer to me? Because the thing is with Denver, I know Colorado's not quite as far as California, but now they did do one in New York. I think they did one in Philly one year, and we couldn't make that one. But most of the time when they have these things, either in Texas or, like in this case, Denver or California, it's something that's just I can't really travel those far distances. There are a couple of reasons for that, but it's just a bit far for me. Now, if it was someplace like Atlanta, and I did suggest to Jared some time back that, hey, maybe you could do one in Atlanta or somewhere. And he says, oh, I'll think about it. I hear that they may be doing one of these in Washington, D.C. That one I might be able to go to. So maybe I can meet up with you there, Paul, at some point. But I tell you what, are you planning to go to Podfest? Because Podfest is one that my son Tom Antio and I generally try to get to. And we were there last year, as a matter. Oh no, it was the year before. We couldn't make last year's. The year before, and we've been to several of them. And we're hoping to get to one this next year for 2024, and that's in Orlando. They always do that one in Orlando. As a matter of fact, this coming year, 2024, they're going to be doing it again at the hotel that they were at the first year. That I think it was the first year that we went. They were doing the same hotel, and then they moved. They did that there a couple of years, and then they moved off to do it in various other hotels in the area. I think at least one on Disney property, and we went to a couple of those. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed Podfest. But Paul, maybe we can meet up at Podfest, or maybe at Podcast Movement in Washington. Paul says, I'll definitely try and make Orlando in 2024. That'd be great. I'm going to do the same, where hopefully we'll be able to make it without any trouble. We're supposed to get our tickets here shortly. Let me go ahead and pour the wine. You know what I did forget to do because I'm busy talking? I forgot to do two things. Oh, man, I'm going to get raked. I'm going to get raked over the coals for this one, so to speak. I forgot to put the aerator in, and I forgot to ding the genuine Galway Irish crystal glass given to me by my employers at buy2wayradios.com. I did forget the glass this time. Wow. See, that's what happens. I go off on these tangents, and this is totally on me because I get so caught up in talking about stuff, especially when I get excited about talking about things like Podfests and podcasting and things like that. But all right, so we're going to give it a good swirl here. Let me check the other chats here just a moment, make sure we're good there. And we got anybody in Twitch? Okay, we're good. We got folks watching. All right, let me go ahead and give this a good swirl, and let me see. I've got to have my swirl music. Where is it? Ah, here it is. More cowbell. There we go. I'll do swirl music. Get a nice, good swirl. More cowbell. There we go. All right. We got it. We got the swirl going. I can smell the aromas coming up. And people ask me sometimes, why do you swirl it so much? Why do you even swirl? What's the purpose of swirling? I know I've mentioned this a number of times in the show, but there are a couple of reasons for it. One main reason is to get the wine to open up. You got to get, once you pour the wine in the glass and you swirl around a bit to get the oxygen in there, to get it oxygenated, get it to get the aromas up through the glass, and get things moving around in there as far as airing it out and getting it to breathe. The other reason is because, well, it's just fun. Okay, so we've got the swirling done, and we're going to give it a taste in just a moment or two. I'm going to let it open up for just a minute or so while it's doing that. And Paul, I hope you'll hang around because I've got a Super 8mm film to show tonight. We've got we got a beer to review as well as the wine and some National Days to toast, and we're just got the usual fun. Throw in your dad jokes if you want. It's dad joke night. If you want to put in your best or worst dad jokes, put them in there. We'll share a few of those as well. All right. So while this is opening up, let me go to the chats one more time. Check that. Okay, we're good. And I try not to miss the chats too much because I know sometimes you get off talking about something and then somebody's been in the chat for 20 minutes and like, hey, you even reading the chats? Yes, I am. I've been getting better at that. Trying to. Okay, so let's learn a little bit more about this wine. So I checked around online. I saw this wine at a particular store. And I think if you've been watching the show for any length of time, you probably know what store this is. I saw it on the shelf, and it was an interesting price, and I thought, okay, I've had some pretty decent luck in the past. I don't know. I don't know if you believe in luck. I don't know. I've had some good experiences, let me put it that way, in the past, finding wines that are very, very inexpensive, that they're not $20 or $30, that turned out to be like a $20 or $30 bottle of wine. Whatever a $20 or $30 bottle of wine is to you or me. I mean, everyone has their own taste, and everyone has their own particular opinion as to what a $20 bottle of wine or a $30 bottle of wine should taste like. And it doesn't always taste like that. So I saw this wine. I said, okay, I'll give it a try, see what it's like. So I did, and I checked around online to do some research on it. Couldn't find a whole lot on it, but I did check Vivino. Vivino has it listed there, and they gave it 3.6 stars out of 94 ratings on a 5-star rating system. And they give it a median price of $6.89. I kind of just browsing through a few of the reviews. Some people even either liked it or they thought it was okay. I didn't really see anybody that actually disliked it a lot, but there was just, there were some people that either liked it pretty much, 4-star rating, or kind of, it was kind of median. So I thought, okay, that's not too bad. Well, I checked around at some other places, didn't see a whole lot of information on it, but I do have my receipt here from Trader Joe's, because yes, that's where I purchased it. Trader Joe's, I have for the Josephine Cab. Now, once again, they had it listed here online for $6.89 for the average price. I paid for this bottle of Josephine Cabernet Sauvignon $6.99. $6.99. So I was paying 10 cents more in my area. That's happened a couple of times. 10 cents more than the average price. So it falls in 10 cents. It's 10 cents. Right? It's 10 cents. Okay, so that's what I paid for the wine. So we'll see if it's any good. Let's check everything else in the past on Facebook. Okay, well, everything's good. I'm thinking to myself. Don't mind me. I'm thinking to myself out loud. Okay. All right. Now let me get back to. We're good. Let me get back to the wine. So let's give it a whiff. A lot of red fruit in this wine. And I'm smelling some raspberry and cherry. Let's give it a taste. Wow, that's quite a mix of fruits there. It's not so much bold, but it's a lot of fruit. Very, very fruit forward. And it's some fairly smooth tannins in it. Yeah. Cherry and raspberry. More raspberry than cherry, actually, at the moment. But just a little bit earthy. Not overly. A little earthy. But it's not real jammy or anything. It's just it's very dry wine. But the tannins are fairly smooth in this. They're fairly decent, and there's a fair amount of tannin. It's just that they're not. This isn't like one of those super bold, heavy, high alcohol content red wines, And some cabs can be a little bolder than this. This is not the This is not the most tannic cab I've had. It's not. That's not a bad thing. It's fine. But it has a long finish. And you know what? I can get a little bit of the alcohol coming up in the finish. In fact, it's a very long finish. The alcohol seems to come up a little bit. Now, I'm not sure I like that part too much. I like a wine with a good long finish sometimes, but this one is supposed to be 13.5. I taste a little more alcohol than I would have expected out of this wine on the finish. Not when it's going down, but when it's, in the end. Yeah, it's kind of leathery, which is okay. There's a little leather in there. It's probably a decent wine with a good steak. I don't have a good steak with me. I don't have any steak with me tonight, but I've got a few things to pair it with. Oh, I didn't see the grapes over there. My lovely wife, she added some grapes on a plate there. If you go to camera 3, that in the corner there, she has some green grapes. That always goes good with wine. It's part of of course, grapes and grapes. All right, so I need to let it open up a little more, I think. I think it needs to open up just a little bit more. But I'm pretty sure that it's as smooth as it is because I chilled this wine first. Now, if I had not chilled this wine beforehand, it would probably taste quite a bit different. But I did chill this one, and hopefully it's not too cold. They said 60 to 63 degrees Fahrenheit. It feels closer to 48 to 50 degrees. So maybe it's a little too chilled. I had it in the ice. What can I say? We'll see. But so far it's good. I really do like a good Cabernet. It's okay so far. It's okay. I'll give you the final review at the end of the show when it opens up and when you get down to the bottle, because as I always say, you really don't know what a wine is like until you get down into the bottle, and we're just not even close to that yet, as you can see. So time will tell. I'll just put it that way. Okay, so we got the wine open. Let's pair it with some food. And before we do that, let me check the chats once again. And by the way, Paul, have you ever been to Orlando? It's quite a town. I'm actually from Orlando, which is why we take the trips there and why we go to Podfest whenever we can, because we have family and friends there. It's an opportunity to kind of go down there and sort of catch up with everybody. Not only our friends at Podfest, but also our friends outside of the podcasting world and our families there and that sort of thing. So it's really cool. We enjoy that. And I tell you what, O-Town has really it continues to just grow and grow and grow and just explode in the sense of buildings and highways and people and everything like that. It's just it's definitely not the sleepy little town it was when I moved there originally in 1971. So it's changed a lot, but it's still a good town. The thing is, though, every time I go down to Orlando, I sort of have to reassess where I am, and I'm having to start using the GPS now, because when I lived in Orlando for 35 years, never had to use anything like a GPS. Seldom used a map unless I was going way outside, my general area. But most of the time, I knew pretty much most of Central Florida and part of northern southern Florida, and I could find my way around pretty easily. But that was years, and decades. We've lived here in North Carolina for like 16 and a half years. 16 and a half years. Now I go down there and I don't know where anything is anymore, hardly. Don't recognize her. There's some places I know where they are, of course, but It's just the town has just grown and changed so much. It's like a totally different area now. Almost, it seems that way to me. So where were we? Oh yes, we're going to pair the food. So let's get on camera 3, and let's pair it with some food. I'm going to try it first with the ziti and the meatball. I'm going to break down just a little bit of that. I'll try it with the ziti first, with the pasta. Now, Cabernets can go pretty well with pasta. They do. I mean, it's not exactly like I'm drinking Chianti or something, but a good Cab will go with pasta. Yeah. And this one goes nicely. Now, it adds a little more acidity with the tomato sauce. Brings out the flavor of the tomato sauce somewhat. I like it. It seems to work pretty well. I'm going to clear the palate for just a moment. And we're going to try it with the meatball. I love these little meatballs. I don't know where we get. Where's camera 3? There it is. Okay, these little meatballs. I think she gets these things from Sam's Club. She doesn't make these herself. She gets them from Sam's Club, and they come in a big bag, and they're like really, really good. They're all beef, really good meatballs. I'm kind of addicted to these things. I mean, I can eat a lot of these things at the dinner table, as I did tonight, because as I'm sure you all know, I'm eating leftovers. Well, whose camera am I on? I'm on this one. All right. Boy, these meatballs are great. This one's cold, but it's great. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna, you know what? I already know what I've got on my mind after the show. Go downstairs and sneak a few more of these things, or take the rest of this bottle with me. Meatballs and beer. Meatballs and, oh, that's an idea too. Meatballs and wine. We have the beer to open up, so I don't want to get too far into that tonight. Gotta save some room for the beer, right? All right, clearing the palate once again. By the way, nothing wrong with having a glass of water or a little bit of water with in between a glass of wine. It's actually good for you, and it helps prevent the wine headaches, those famous or infamous wine headaches that people complain about so often. All right, let's go back to camera 3. And let's see what we've got here for cheeses. All right, this is what we have tonight for cheeses. Of course, we have the Trader Joe's Double Cream Gouda, which is always a favorite, and we've never had a miss on. And sometimes it's actually saved the wine in a pairing. Sometimes when the wine wasn't that great, the cheese came to the rescue and actually did a better job of the pairing than the wine did. And over here, we have a different cheese. We have something new that my wife just brought up just before the show, and she showed me the label, and she says, make sure you write this down, which I did. And this cheese is called Creamy Toscana with Coastal Syrah. I think we've had this cheese before, or a variation of it. We've had this cheese before. We're going to try it with this cheese now. So, Creamy Toscana with Coastal Syrah. All right. Coastal Syrah. As opposed to Syrah that's from further inland. I guess. I don't know. Let's see. This tastes like a little bit like a Syrah. Oh, wow. I like that. Actually, that's not bad at all. I have another piece. A piece that's on a toothpick. Creamy Toscana with Coastal Syrah. Oh, I could like this. That's a good cheese. Well, I like this. Yeah, good pairing with the wine. Well, and you know what? The wine tastes a little more leathery with this cheese. I don't know why. It does. In my case, anyway. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it so far. Let me clear the palate one more time. Now let's try it with the Trader Joe's Double Cream Gouda. This one needs a drum roll because we've had. Let me go back to camera 3 first. There's camera 3. All right, there we go. Creamy. This is the Trader Joe's Double Cream Gouda, and we're going to get a drum roll with this one, and get ready to see if it's good or not. So here it goes. That wasn't long enough. It brings out an earthiness. I said the wine was a little bit slightly earthy, but this really brings out the earthiness of the wine. It makes it taste a little more earthier. It's okay. I like it, but it's also creamy. I think the tannins kind of cut through the creaminess a little bit, though, but it's still not a bad pairing. Still not a bad pairing at all. I'd say I like it. It seems to go good with the cheeses, and it goes pretty good with the pasta and the meatball. So, yeah, I like that okay. So, seems to be pretty good to me so far. This Josephine Cabernet Sauvignon. Once again, I'll give you the final review at the end of the show as we continue to drink, but let's get back to the chats. All right, so yeah, kind of quiet in the chats right now. Let's go on to the next item, shall we? And we know what that is because the next item is the National Day. So let's all put on our toasting hats. Let me take off mine. My Drink with Rick hat. That's the official Drink with Rick hat. It was a gift from my wife Chi on my birthday, I believe. Anyway, the National Days. Everybody ready to toast the National Days? Let's have some toasting going on here. Everyone get together, get your drinks together, whatever they are, your favorite libations, whatever they are, and let's toast the National Days. All right, September 16th, which is today for another hour and 16 minutes. Wow. Another hour and 16 minutes. There we go. Did we get a minute or two here? No? This week? No? I guess not. September 16th is Boys and Girls Club Day for kids. All right. I'll drink to that one up. It's also Puppy Mill Awareness Day. Today, it's the third Saturday in September, Puppy Mill Awareness Day. We should be aware of the puppy mill. Now, I'm making light of this, of course, a little bit, but it's not something to really be made light of because it is a problem. Okay, puppy mills have been a problem for a long time, and I would say if you really want to get a dog, get it from a trusted breeder. If you want to get especially like a designer dog, as they call them, designer dogs, go for a trusted breeder that you've checked out thoroughly, and someone, the puppy mills, they're not the best place to go, in my opinion. Now, one of the best places to go, well, I can't say that I think it's one of the best places to go for every dog, because I've seen a lot of dogs there that I was like, I don't know if I really want to, take this one home with me for various reasons. But because some of those dogs, and I'm talking about the ones in the shelters, it's important to adopt a dog, okay? And I'm all for adopting dogs. We just adopted 2 dogs, really, really sweet dogs. They need a little work as far as the training is concerned. But they're sweet dogs. They're really super sweet dogs. The thing is, we adopted them. And that's really the best way to get a dog, is to adopt a dog. You know, it was all around. Who needs a forever home, what they call forever home, or a forever family, or whatever. That's really the best way to adopt a dog. The thing is that I know that for some folks, going into a shelter where they picked up the dogs that are homeless or been abused, or that sort of thing, is you really need to have, you have to be the sort of dog owner, you have to have the mindset of being able to take care of a dog like that, because some of those dogs come with some really serious baggage, so to speak. You know, when it comes to emotional, a baggage for the dog. Yeah, the dog comes with emotional. They'll have emotional baggage, especially if they've been abused or neglected and that sort of thing. So if you're just looking to, and this is what I was trying to say at the very beginning here, if you're looking to adopt a dog, and you're not the type of person who is prepared to take care of a dog like that, then maybe the shelter you may want to go check everything out at the shelter first. You got to be you and the dog have to be a good fit, is what I'm saying. You have to be a good fit with the dog has to be a good fit with you and your family and your household. And if you're not, then it may not work out, and he or she may wind up back at the shelter, and you may be left with a bad experience with dog ownership, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants either of those things. So when you go to a shelter to adopt a dog, you have to be prepared, and you have to be the right frame of mind, and you have to be the type of person who can do that. And not everybody is like that. Not everybody is that type of person that they can just take a dog that has some issues, some problems, and to be able to work through that. So think about that carefully. However, getting back to the Puppy Mill Awareness Day, that's something we should be aware of. There's the Puppy Mill Awareness Day. It's also National Dance Day. Third Saturday in September is National Dance Day. So let's go dancing. I'll drink to that. It's also National Working Parents Day. Anybody is a working parent? I think a lot of us are. I'm a working parent, so is my lovely wife, Chi. We've been working parents since we've been parents. So here's the Working Parents Day. It's tough to juggle that sort of thing, especially in a single parent household. If you're in a single parent household and you have kids, even one kid or multiple kids, it's very hard work. It's very difficult, and you're having to juggle, your career, your home life, your kids, and raising them all, and that sort of. It's a lot of work. Even in a two-parent household, it's still a lot of work. There's a lot. There's a lot there to deal with, especially if both parents are working. And in this case, these days, that's usually the case. Both parents are working full time and managing a household and a family. So here's to National Working Parents Day. I will drink to that. It's also Mayflower Day. September 16th is Mayflower Day. Did you know that? Well, how's the old saying go? April showers bring Mayflowers, and what do Mayflowers bring? Pilgrims. Oh, no, June bugs, right. Here's to Mayflower Day. It's also, we've got a few of these that run into each other. National Gymnastics Day. It's also National Play-Doh Day. You like Play-Doh? I like to smell Play-Doh. We were, not Play-Doh. I never smelled Plato. He was long gone before I even smelled him. Before I was, but I'm bummed. Where's my rim shot? Yeah, I messed that one up. Yeah, no, I never smelled Plato. Play-Doh, the the non-toxic kids dough. And it smelled like it was fun to eat, didn't it? Did you ever eat Play-Doh? I mean, it's not supposedly it's non-toxic. I never really ate it. I think I know of people who did, and it's kind of like eating a library paste, when you're a kid. I wouldn't recommend that now either. I don't know what they're putting in it. But Play-Doh, National Play. Yeah, my daughter and I were having this discussion the other night. She was talking about how Play-Doh smelled really good. You kind of want to eat it. I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. And apparently it's by design. I don't know. I heard that it was by design. I don't know. But here's the National Play-Doh Day. Yeah, National Play-Doh Day. I wonder how it pairs with wine. Yeah. Let's see. It's also National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day. Today is National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day. I think we have some cinnamon raisin bread downstairs, or cinnamon bread, but we didn't have any for breakfast. We had, what did we have today for breakfast? We had pumpkin waffles. Those were really good. Made by my lovely wife, Chi, by the way. And, yeah, National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day. That's what today has been. So, yeah, you can have it tomorrow and Sunday, even though it's not cinnamon raisin bread day tomorrow. You can still have it, right? There's no rule that says you can't. Yeah. I'll drink to that. It's also National Step Family Day. So if you're part of a step family, it's National Step Family Day. It's also Responsible Dog Ownership Day, and this is what I was talking about earlier. I guess I should have put both these days together before I went off on my little speech about getting dogs, owning dogs. But so National Dog Ownership Day. I think that's. Do I have anything for that? No, I don't. I don't really have anything for that. So yeah, I don't have a thing for it here. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, I'm not gonna. Here we go. No, it earns it. We are proud dog owners, and we're really happy to be dog owners. So let's make this National Dog Ownership Day. There we go. I will drink to that. What else is it? We have a lot of national days today. Oh, it's National Cleanup Day. Today is National Cleanup Day. Uh-oh. Because I didn't clean up. My wife was downstairs cleaning up, but I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
Oh, you naughty boy!
Yeah, I didn't clean up today. Anyway, here is to National Cleanup Day. I'll drink to that. Wait a minute. Do it properly. I'll drink to that. Oh, like that. And it's also National Guacamole Day. That's right. September 16th is National Guacamole Day. That needs some applause. I love guacamole when it's made right. I had some last night, as a matter of fact, with some tacos. Very, 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 yeah, it was decent. It was adequate. The tacos were really, I ate at this place, maybe I should do a review. Because I actually, we ate at this taco place we'd never eaten at before, and Tom Antio asked me while we were eating, he says, "You going to review this on your stream tomorrow night?" And I'm like, I don't know, I probably should. I don't know if I even want to go there right now. If we have some extra time later, maybe I'll do a quick review on it. If we have some extra time later, I don't know. So anyway, here's the National Guacamole Day. Again, I forgot. National Guacamole Day. I'll drink to that. You know, Sunday, there's some national days on Sunday. Let's run through these real quick. It's National Professional House Cleaners Day, just after National Cleanup Day. And we have, so what you do is you clean up, and then when you haven't really cleaned up, then you call a professional to come out here and clean up for you. I guess that's how it works, right? Is that is that how it works? All right. National Professional House Cleaners Day. It's also National Monte Cristo Day. Oh, Monte Cristos. We used to sell Monte Cristo. We used to serve Monte Cristos out at Disney back in the day. The Veranda Restaurant and the ice cream bar. We did that back in the day. That was years and years ago, back when you could afford to go out to Disney World. All right, so we got the. Thank you, AutoMod, for catching that. Appreciate that. All right, so where was I? Oh, Monte Cristo Day. What else is it? It's National Apple Dumpling Day. Apple Dumpling Day. There we go. Reminds me of the Apple Dumpling Gang. You know, they did make two of those movies. There was the Apple Dumpling Gang, and then the Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again. Those were Disney movies. Those starred Don Knotts and Tim Conway. They teamed up to do a bunch of movies, and they did the Apple Dumpling Gang series. So it was pretty funny. I enjoyed the film. Here's to National Apple Dumpling Day. It's also Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. Tomorrow, September 17th, is 2023 is Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. So, yeah, I'll drink to that, of course. And it's one more day that I cannot forget. I wouldn't want to. And she deserves it. I don't want to. I think it would not be good if I did forget this day. But did you know that tomorrow, tomorrow is National. Did I hear the drum roll? Yeah, I heard the drum roll. Okay, it's Wife Appreciation Day. That's what tomorrow is. Wife Appreciation Day, and I do appreciate my wife. She has done so many things for me and for our kids and for our dogs. She does so much for us, and I can never. I don't think I can ever thank her enough for everything that she does. She's just an amazing, amazing person and a wonderful wife, and a loving mother, and she's a great dog mom too. So, to my lovely wife Chi, I want to give this round of applause. She did tonight's she does all those presentations every week, and I don't know if you saw that the little dog there. I didn't have a front shot here, but there's a shot from. Let me see if I can bring it up here. She did this a little. If I can do this without making a mess. Whoa. Bring it up here. Look at that. She's got for the dog days, the National Dog Day there. She has a little dog. I'm not sure what she made it out of. It looks like it was a pear or something. Apple or something. I'm not sure. She could tell me. And then she made this nice little, this is from her garden. Oh yeah, there's some grapes over there too. But she did a fabulous job on it. And unfortunately, I didn't have time. I didn't really have a lot of time before the show to take a picture of it because I just got it just before the show started, a few minutes before the show. usually I take pictures of some of the things that she does, and she does a fabulous job doing these food presentations and just making things out of food that are totally edible. Just a great, some great art, food art, I guess you could say it. It is food art. But to my lovely wife, Chi, once again, I want to give you another round of applause just for being the lovely person you are. To my lovely wife, Chi, here's to, there we go. Here is to Wife Appreciation Day. I'll drink to that. And I'll drink to it again, just because I can. To Wife Appreciation Day. And with that, that does it for the national days. Once again, this is what we're drinking, the Josephine Cabernet Sauvignon 2021. It is a French wine, a wine from France. 13.5% ABV, although I suspect it is probably actually a little higher than that. I would not be surprised. It's okay. It's all right. I mean, so far I could give it like 3.8 stars. I wouldn't give it 4 stars, but it's not bad. We'll see how it goes as we. I'll give you the final review in just a little bit. But before I do, we have something else to do. First of all, we're going to check the chats and see how things are going in the chats. And, well, it's a good thing I had an auto mod there. My other mods are off tonight. Been off a lot lately. So, oh, that's good. What else we got going on here? Oh, that is Twitch. Okay. So we have a beer to review. I want to review a beer tonight. And then I want to do a special... Actually, before we do the beer, I think I want to do this first. I want to give a little memorial to my friend Will Campbell. Now, Will... and I need to set this up a little bit. As those of you who've watched the show for any length of time have seen some of the Super 8 films. So when I was younger, I made a lot of Super 8 films. And at one point, we joined a film club in Orlando called the Orlando, or the Cinematography Club of Orlando, which later became the Association of Cinematic Arts, and then the Association of Cinematic and Video Arts as video came on the scene and kind of overtook Super 8. One of the people that I met in the film club very early on, very beginning, his name was Will Campbell. And he was president for a couple of years. He was quite an artistic guy, and he was into Super 8 filmmaking. And when we got into video, he got into video and computers and things like that. He was the first person I knew of that bought a Commodore Amiga. Now, I had a Commodore 64, and I had big 20s and 64s and that sort of thing. But he was the first person I knew of that bought a Commodore Amiga when Amiga was owned by Commodore, and he set it all up and set up a MIDI system. And because he was into music, he was in a country music band, and he used it to play music with and compose music. And he did some pretty cool stuff with it. Anyway, my friend Will, he was president of our film club for several years, did a fantastic job, helped found and manage the annual film festival that we had. We had an international film festival that we did for a number of years there. And he, along with Fred Meyer and a few other people in the club, the core members, and I even got involved in it a few times. In a few years, I was served as a judge, film judge, and he was quite a guy, quite a character. Will was larger than life. He was quite a character. Well, the thing is about the film club that Will passed away actually in 2018, September 16th. Excuse me. Yeah, it was. No, I'm sorry. It was September 14th, I think, 2018, is when he passed away. And I was really sad to hear this. He was in his 70s. I think he was 72, 74. I don't recall now. But I was really saddened to hear about this. He was a good friend. But he was also someone that we had a little bit of friendly rivalry with in the club. Now, my buddy Jim Chamberlain and I, who we made a lot of films together, we would enter these film contests, local film contests, and we would be competing against other people, including Will, and Will would always enter the contest with a film or a video. Later on, he just got into the video thing, and he was just shooting these really simple videos. Just it was almost as a joke. But he would enter these contests with these videos, and we would be really serious about making these short films to compete with him. And he always won the contest. When he came to the end, he almost always won the film and video contest that we were all competing with at the time. And it became sort of a joke, sort of a meme. He did a few of them, I think, a couple of them that were just sock puppets. He'd do these videos and he'd do these silly little routines with sock puppets behind the couch. I mean, something he could do in a couple hours and shoot it on video. And they were kind of comical, but it was just, I was thinking, Will, you could do a lot better than that. But we would spend all this work doing, making these short films. And we would make all these little short films and spend 2 or 3 days, a week or two making these things. And then we'd always lose to him with him and his sock puppet films. So I think just about the last contest that we entered, we decided to have some fun with him and have some fun with it, because we kind of knew that, okay, we're going to lose this contest to him. He's going to come up with some silly sock puppet film, and we're going to lose to him anyway. So let's just have some fun with it. So we made a little cutout animated film, and it's called The Damn Film. And it was basically because, all inside jokes in there, but one of the jokes was, why it was called The Damn Film is because that was something that he'd always say all the time. He would say, well, I'm going to go down to the damn store and get some damn ice cream, and then I'm going to go make this damn video. So we were making fun of that, but we were having a little fun with Will. I think he did actually win this the contest too. But we put a lot of work in this animated film. So in a tribute to Will, my good friend Will, who I really do miss, he was quite a guy. I'm going to show the damn film, and we're going to starting to sound like Will already. But let me go ahead and show this, and I think you'll get a kick out of it, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense. Here is the damn film.
Hell, it looks like it's the damn film. Oh, good as a little Sulu. Time for dinner. Hell, I can get that for $4.95 on my senior citizen card at the Village Idiot Restaurant. Hell, looks like that damn. Hey, looks like they sent this damn film to champagne. There's some new damn numbers.
Oh, they can't vote yet.
Let me tell you all a story about an ACBA. A poor film club had a contest one day. All the members with the entries had movie-making skills, but they all lost to a man named Will. Who has an entry?
We do.
We do. Who's gonna beat us? Somebody will. Will win or will we? Will win or will we? Will win or will we? Will win or will we?
So the sheriff's out back. So the sheriff's out back.
It looks like the end, Jim.
So that was the damn film. Yeah, I think he won it anyway, even though we put a lot of work into making a little film, just kind of poking fun at him. We were just poking fun at the whole thing. But that's not the end of it. That's not the last of it. By the way, I want to give a little photo of Will. And if you've watched the show, that's my good friend Will Campbell, passed away in 2018. If you've seen Space Apes, if you've seen the film Space Apes, then you've seen Will. You've met Will. You've heard Will. He had a cameo. He had a short scene in that film towards the end of the film where he's basically you may remember this image. He's basically playing himself, and we actually wrote this in to the film for him. That was actually it was. If you've seen the film, if you've seen Space, if you haven't seen it, we're going to show it again towards the end of the year in segments. But in Space Apes, towards the end of the movie, and as a matter of fact, the whole film Space Apes is kind of a send-up. We're just kind of making fun of ourselves and making fun of the film club that was there at the time and everything related to it. We wrote this segment into the final scene specifically as an homage to Will. And I'm glad that he and all in good fun. He had a lot of fun doing it. All in good fun. He said, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it." Of course, he would, because that's the kind of guy Will was. Anyway, if you've seen that clip, and I'm going to show that clip to you real quick, because if you haven't seen it, this is Will, and it really completely sums up the kind of guy that Will was. He really was.
Hey, can you believe that film took first place?
You're kidding. It won?
Oh, it was a great production. It's really done well.
My film won?
No, my film won.
Your film stunk.
So that was Will Campbell. 100% Will. And we wrote that in for him. He's playing himself in that scene. So and we did that as an homage to him. Anyway, to my good friend Will Campbell, who passed away in 2018, I want to say to you, miss you, my friend, and thanks for everything. To my friend Will Campbell. To Will. Anyway, so I think that's got it for all the memorials and national days and all that kind of stuff. Let's open up a beer, shall we? I'd like to open up a beer. Let's switch gears a little bit and open up a beer. Let me check the chats one more time. And well, it looks like we're good. And the chats are kind of quiet tonight. And Hottie Lottie is in the chat on this is Twitch now. Okay, I'm switching back and forth on which one am I in. Okay, I'm on Twitch. And Hottie Lottie is on Twitch, and it's good to see you, Hottie Lottie. How you doing? And Hottie Lottie's saying, drinking some vodka and Coke with you. Well, I'm glad you are. I don't have any vodka here, but hey, vodka, Coke, that's perfect. Whatever you want to drink. You know, there is no hard and fast rule as to what to drink with me. You can drink whatever you want, whatever you have available, as long as you're legal to drink it, of course. You can drink water. I had some water a little bit earlier. I'll probably have some more before the show's over. You can drink juice. You can drink ciders, mead. I had some mead last night. You can drink some of this Cabernet if you have this, or another Cabernet Sauvignon, or beer, whatever. We're about to open a beer now. So as long as you're drinking along with me. By the way, Hottie Lottie, it's good to see you in the chat here. I'll tell you what, if you don't have one yet, I'd like to send you a copy because I have some here to give away. And I want to do a giveaway for the show tonight I haven't given anything away for the show lately, but I've got some tonight. The official Drink with Rick beer tasting notebook. If you're interested, if you'd like a copy, now these sell for $8.99 on Amazon, and so does this one, the official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook, both written by me. If you'd like, in fact, I'm going to give you a choice as to which one you'd rather have. If you'd like a copy, they sell for $8.99 each on Amazon, but I want to give one to you. So choose which one you want. You can choose the beer tasting notebook or the wine tasting notebook, whichever one you prefer. You can drop your a shipping address, a valid shipping address. It can be a P.O. box, is fine. You know, it can be anonymously as a P.O. box. You drop it in there, rick@savoymedia.com. Just send it to me at rick@savoymedia.com. Just let me know that you're Hottie Lottie on the show, and I will get that out to you. Also, you know, come to think of it, I'm going to do the same thing for you, Paul. Paul, if you do the same thing for both of you. You have a choice, whichever one you want. Just let me know. The wine drinking notebook or the beer tasting notebook. This is the beer one, you know. And then just drop off a valid shipping address to me at rick@savoymedia.com. And I don't use it for anything other than just shipping you the product. Okay, that's it. I don't keep those around or anything like that. So if you want to do that, just let me know in the email, and I will get those out to you as soon as possible. I want to appreciate having you both here tonight in the chat. So let's open a beer, shall we? Let's go open a beer. Where is it? Oh, yes. It's in my official Drink with Rick ice bucket. And there's still ice in here. So this is the beer I want to open up tonight. I need another coaster. Ooh, I'm getting water everywhere. All right, let me put this on a official Drink with Rick coaster. By the way, if you guys, if you all ladies, guys, I don't know who's who here, but if you put in your shipping address for the book, I'll send each of you a pair of these as well. I still have some here left to do that, so I'll have to order some more. I'm almost low, and the holidays are coming up soon, and I like to do the big giveaways during the holidays, so I'm going to have some more made for the holidays. So, but I have a few left here. I can send to you as well. What was I doing here? Oh yes, the beer. All right, let me show you the beer. This is the beer. It's called Blowing Rock Kolsch. This is from Blowing Rock Brewing Company. Blowing Rock Brewing Company is a brewery in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. It's up in the mountains near Boone, North Carolina, about 15 minutes away from Boone. And I've been there, been to the Blowing Rock Brewing Company, been to several the wineries, the breweries, a couple of them around that area, some really cool places there. This particular one, and I've had a few of the Blowing Rock beers, as a matter of fact. This particular one I have not tried before that I can ever recall. Blowing Rock Brewing Company Kolsch. This is a Kolsch beer. It's a Kolsch style ale is what it is. It's a pale ale, but it's Kolsch style, which is basically German style. Now let me show you the back of this, or this, I guess it would be the side of this. Let me switch gears here. There we go. This is what the side of it looks like. It says it's brewed by Blowing Rock Brewing Company in Hickory, North Carolina. Our Kolsch style ale puts a North Carolinian twist on a classic European recipe. Traditional Pilsner malts combined with Aramis and Mistral hops elicit a unique, clean, crisp flavor. Subtle, refreshing citrus aromas and a lager-like finish make this brew perfect for any occasion. So this has a lager-like finish. Oh, I can hardly wait. 5.5% ABV, and it says all of our beers are brewed at our two Western North Carolina breweries. This is 12 fluid ounces, so 5.5% ABV in this 12 fluid ounce can. Now, since it is a pop top, pretty much tab top, I don't need anything to open it with except my finger. And I do need a glass, so I'm running out of, here we go. Let me put this over here. There we go. And let's just open this up. Vodka and Coke. I like that. Almost as much as I like rum and Coke. And I really like rum and Coke. All right, let's get a head on this thing. Here we go. There we go. Nice little head going on it. All right, so that's a kind of a nice looking beer. So it does look like a pale ale. I would expect no less. Has a nice head on it. Looks like it's smells like a pale ale. Now, interesting about the Kolsch style, and I think last week we opened up another beer that was kind of a pale ale. I actually pulled up their website here, blowingrockbrewing.com, and they have a number of beers listed. They have a Cloud Rise IPA, Blowing Rock IPA. I've had a few of these. High Country Hazy Pale Ale. I think I've had that one. 321 Crushable IPA, Mellow Electrum Honey Amber Ale. They have a big chocolate porter that I don't recall ever having. I'm gonna have to check that one out. I love chocolate porters, so I'm gonna have to check that out. I've had a few of these though. I've had a couple of them here. That it's been a while since I've been up that way, but this one, the Kolsch, says, I'm reading from their website right now, our Kolsch style ale puts a North Carolinian twist on a classic European recipe. Oh, that's the same thing that's on the can. Okay. And this one's available year round. Some of their ales are available, they're seasonal. This one is all year round. So that's good. What else do we have here? So the thing about Kolsch style and what makes that a little bit different, because it's more of a it's a pale ale that's sort of a German style pale ale, and it's supposed to be taste a little crisper. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be, I think, a little on the fruity side and a little spicier than some other pale ales, and but it usually has a better finish, a crisper finish than some of the others. So let's give this a little whiff first. And yeah, it is a little. I can smell some spice in it. Let's give it a taste. And it is fairly fruity, actually. Fairly fruity. Let's see if there's anything else on this in here. Yeah, I mean, wow. It does taste citrusy. I don't know about the lager-like finish so much right now. But it does have a citrus smell, and it does taste citrusy, kind of fruity, fruity citrus. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I mean it's a Pilsner. It tastes a bit like a Pilsner, but here's what else do they have on this thing? Aramis and Mistral hops. I don't know. I'm not familiar with those hops too much. Mistral, yeah. Aramis, I don't know. They say the Kolsch beer technique originated in Cologne, Germany, and that's basically what Kolsch means. It means from Cologne, I guess. No, it doesn't mean it tastes like cologne. From Cologne, that area in Germany, from Cologne, Germany. It's very, very interesting. Now, I'm not for super hoppy beers. I know people that really, really like super hoppy beers. This is not overly hoppy. It's there. The hops are definitely there. But it's a little lighter than what I would expect from a pale ale. A little bit. And a little on the sweet side. A little on the sweet side. Well, I like it. I like the beer. I could have this with some chips. I bet it would go pretty good with those chips we had last week. Whether I would drink a lot of this, I don't know. Because I tell you what, now that I've seen the chocolate the chocolate porter listed there, I'm thinking, I really would like the chocolate porter. Because my preference really is for darker beers. I'm not so much for the pale ale so much. If I was going to drink the pale ales, I prefer the APAs over the IPAs, personally. But yeah, I can drink an IPA. I can drink a beer. I mean, if somebody gives me, I'm not going to turn down a free beer. Now, this was definitely not a free beer because I paid for it. I did forget to mention what I paid for it. This is what I paid for it. Trader Joe's. Did I pick this up, Trader Joe's? I sure did. No, I didn't. Did I pick it up at Trader Joe's? No, I didn't. I didn't get this at Trader Joe's. I got this one from Total Wine. I'm pretty sure. Did I? Yes, I did. Let's see. No, I didn't. I did get this from Trader Joe's. Okay, I was looking at the wrong receipt. Okay, so here's Trader Joe's, and this is what I paid for the Blowing Rock Brewing Kolsch. This, because I've got it right here. Trader Joe's from Charlotte, North Carolina. I paid $1.67. That's not too bad. Okay, that's all right. $1.67 for this. It's not quite as hoppy as it seemed at the very beginning. The hops seem milder now. Yeah, this is okay. I like it. It's pretty good. Kolsch, German-style beer. German-style pale ale. Yeah, I could drink a few of these. No, it's not. It is refreshing. I'll say that though. As it goes down, it is a bit refreshing, and it does have a nice crisp finish to it. It finishes rather cleanly. It does. Now the citrusy part of it has seemed to have subsided a little bit as I get down into the glass, but it was there at the beginning, and it was fairly fruity at the beginning, and it's sort of settled now. Maybe that's just because my palate's sort of getting accustomed to this, but it's not bad. I bet it would probably go with those Trader Joe's ghost pepper chips too. I bet it would. The ones that we tried last week. So I'm giving this one 3.5 stars. I'll give this one 3.5 stars. Once again, all right, I might be a little biased because, once again, as I said before, I'm not really an overly IPA loving person. I prefer the dark beers over these. But it's still a good beer. It's still decent beer. I'd have another can for $1.67. That's not a bad price at all. I mean, considering the fact that some of the other beers that I bought here were the jalapeno beer that we had last week. That was $2.50. There was another one. What was this? Hardywood Park. Oh, that one I haven't opened. It's sitting down there. That was $3.75. There's another beer down here. It's a pale ale. Yeah, for somebody that doesn't like a lot of pale ales, Rick, you don't like a lot of pale ales, but you're buying a lot of pale ales. Well, yeah, I don't have an excuse for that. I really don't. Just ignore that. Hardywood Park. That was one down here. $3.75. If she knew what I was spending. She probably does because she's watching this show. Oh goodness! Tomorrow's Wife Appreciation Day. I better do something really, really nice for her. Yeah, I guess better do something really, really nice for her. Anyway, all right. So my final review of the wine and the beer, because I think we're going to close it up for now. It's time to close it up tonight. Quite a quiet there, and I think we've reviewed the beer, we've reviewed the wine, and we've had a little fun. And unless somebody has some dad jokes, I think I'm good for the night. We're going to call it a night for now. Keep it kind of short, because I promised my wife that I would do that. And since tomorrow is Wife Appreciation Day, I think I should kind of go ahead and close things up now, so I can just spend a little quality time with her and say, yeah, I went to bed at a decent hour. For once. All right, well, folks, I want to thank everybody for joining me here tonight on the show. Hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed being watched. Bringing it to you, or whatever.
Great.
Yeah, I messed that one up too, didn't I? Okay, so I was supposed to be the other one. What was the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed being here tonight. I could go on and on, but anyway, let's see. Next week, there is one thing. There is one announcement I want to make. Last week, I was asking for some input because I wanted to. I have some other of my own films on the way soon, but in the meantime, I was thinking, what I'd kind of like to do is I'd like to take some of these old public domain films, particularly sci-fi films, that I really enjoy watching, and I would kind of like to show off some of them here, or at least clips from them during the stream. And I was thinking, well, I could invest in a few of these and show them off on a Saturday night, and we could just sit around and drink wine or beer or whatever, everything, and just kind of talk about them. Do a little commentary on them while we show the films, we could have some fun with them. I've got some old serials that I can get, some old TV and movie serials, and a couple of old film comedies and things like that I can get a hold of that are in the public domain that we could do, or some sci-fi stuff. And I was going to throw that out at you and say, hey, you guys are up. If you're up to that, I'll invest in a few of these, and we'll show a couple during the show next few weeks, and we can have some fun with them. So just do some of our own comedy. So sort of Mystery Science Theater 3000 style, And I think it would be kind of fun to do that with the chats. We could just kind of, watch films and break them down, and do some reaction videos with them. Just make it like a reaction video show. I'm just throwing stuff out there, see what sticks, and see if you've been interested in that. Now, let me know. Let me know in the comments, or email me at rick@savoymedia.com, and tell me what you think of that idea. Or if you have a better idea, please email me and let me know about that as well. We are coming up on the holidays pretty shortly, and I am planning to do, as I have done the last 2 years, I am planning to do the trivia game, of course, that we've done in the past, but also the drinking game, the Drink with Rick, the official Drink with Rick drinking game. And this is a different kind of drinking game, and we've had a lot of fun with it in the past. People enjoyed it, and they gave out a lot of prizes. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of prizes here that nobody ever claimed. I sent them off there and said, hey, I got the prizes, and they never claimed their prizes. So I don't know what happened there. But we're going to do that again this year. Hopefully everybody will claim their prizes, because I have some prizes to give away, and we're going to have some fun on this annual drinking game. That usually happens in December, so I hope you'll join me for that. Anyway, so that's what I've got tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here with me tonight. And the final review of the wine, once again, this is what we're drinking, the Josephine Cabernet Sauvignon 2021. This is a French wine, and let me give it one more taste. I just mellowed out a little bit more. Okay. Raspberry, strawberry on the nose. Oh, not strawberry, excuse me, cherry on the nose. Raspberry and cherry on the nose. And it was raspberry and cherry on the tongue. Raspberry and cherry. I don't know where I came up with cherry. It's not charred. It doesn't taste charred. It tastes like cherry. Okay, raspberry and cherry, not cherry. I guess I've had enough of this tonight. It's a little bit oaky and a little leathery too. It paired pretty well with everything on the plate. Everything that we had here on the plate. So I didn't eat the little dog thing. I'm not sure what that is, but what it's made of. And it's supposed to be edible, but I did not eat it because it looked too cool. I want to take a picture of it before it comes apart or something. For posterity, excuse me. Posterity. Yes, I've had enough of this tonight. And it went well with everything on the plate. So the wine was pretty decent. I would give it 3.5, maybe 3.8 stars. Maybe I think I'll do it. I wouldn't give it 4 stars. It'd be a little under that, but it was okay. It's a decent cab. I mean, it's not the best cab I've ever had, but it's a decent one. It's okay. 2021, and I would recommend it. What did I say it was? $6.99 Trader Joe's. I think that's what it was. Let's pull it up again. I don't remember. It was $6.99 Josephine cab at Trader Joe's. So for $6.99, it's actually pretty good. Actually, when you think about it, $6.99. I've had worse cabs for $10. Okay, I've had worse cabs for $10. This is, as a matter of fact, this is going to make the show longer. As a matter of fact, the very first wine, the one that kicked off the whole Saturday Night Winestream 5 years ago, was the collections wine from Target. Target had their own brand of wine, which is basically, they don't make their own wine. They just buy some bulk wine and package it up and sell it as their branded wine. The collections, and it was a cab, and it was okay. I mean, it was all right, so. It was $10. It was $9.99 for the bottle. This at $6.99, I can tell you right now, is a better cab than that was, in my opinion. And I'm not a sommelier. I'm not a wine expert. I'm just an everyman who likes to drink wine, as 99.999% of us are out there. But my recommendation is, this is a better wine than that collections wine was. And for $6.99, that's $3 cheaper. $6.99, yeah, $3 cheaper. It definitely beats the $2 or $3 chuck, whatever it is now, the $3.50 chuck. I don't know what it costs anymore. I don't buy it, but the $3 chuck or whatever definitely beats that by a mile or two, a couple of miles. I'm just saying that if you're looking for a decent cab at $6.99, this is a good one to go with. I'd say it's not bad at all. So if you want a $20 cab, probably not. But if you want a $10 cab, yeah, get this one and save $3, $4. So it's okay. It's pretty decent. So maybe I'll get 3.8 stars. The beer, the Blowing Rock Brewery. If you've never been there, you got to go visit it. Blowing Rock Brewery is kind of a cool place up in Blowing Rock, North Carolina, up in the mountains. The Kolsch, pretty good. I'm not really an IPA person, but I like it's not too hoppy. It's not overly hoppy, so it's pretty drinkable. I can deal with this. I like this. It's good. It's getting better with every sip. I got to put that away. Yeah, I'd say for $1.67 at the Trader Joe's that I purchased it at. Yeah, sure, why not? Get a few of those. And if you like APAs, I think there's more of an APA than an IPA personally, but it's closer to that. It's a Kolsch, so it's not really doesn't fall into the IPA category officially. I don't think. It's a pale ale, but it's German style. So if you like that kind of a beer, you probably love this. It's pretty decent. It's decent beer. Okay, well, that's what I've got. Those are my final reviews on the wine and the beer. Next week, we're going to review a white wine. This is to bring in, to usher in September, to usher in the fall. And to usher in the fall, we're going to have a pumpkin. Yes, we're going to have a pumpkin ale. So I hope you join me for that. And a few other surprises, probably. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for joining me here tonight. I want to thank Hani Lottie for being here, and I want to thank everyone else who is watching on the show, not in the chat. I want to thank our auto mod for catching spammers, and I don't want to thank the spammer at all because I don't like spammers. I want to thank my lovely wife Chi for being in the chat tonight, and also Paul Votto. Thank you for being here tonight, and please once again send me a valid shipping address and your preference for whichever book you want, the wine or the beer tasting notebook, and I'll send that out right to you. And everybody who was watching on Facebook did not get into the chat, and also on Odyssey as well. Please don't be strangers. We had folks watching. But thank you for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Now, as we go, I want to bring out my friend and confidant. I don't confide in anything in him. It's Roadkill Bill. Come on, Roadkill Bill. Come on, Bill. There you go. Squeaker's getting a little worn. He's the official mascot of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream. One of these days we're going to tell his sad, sad story. Yeah, how he became Roadkill Bill. He wasn't always Roadkill Bill, but he is now. And Bill has a special message for all of us. And his message is, do not drink and drive, please. Drink in the comfort of your home, your apartment, your hotel room, your dwelling, whatever it is, wherever it is. If you have to go somewhere, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a cab, call a friend. Find a bus, Gus. And I don't want to get DCMAs today. Just, try to find a ride home that's a safe ride home. If you can't, stay put. It's not worth it. You don't want to put yourself or others in danger. Also, please do not text and drive because that's also extremely dangerous. And my son and I have seen, we've seen more instances of that on the road. It seems to be becoming more prevalent, and it's kind of freaky on the road when you're driving around the road and you see somebody on their cell phone or on their doing the texting and stuff while they're doing 70 miles an hour or better on the highway, and you just want to stay as far away from them as possible as they're weaving around on the road or whatever. It's not good, and it doesn't end well. I say this because I care about each and every one of you, and I want you to have a great week, but most of all, I want you to have a safe week. So you can join me here again next week on the Saturday Night Winestream, and we can all get together and drink with Rick. Good night.